Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create a smoky eye without closing off your eyes. I feel like for so long I thought that I couldn't wear a smoky eye because every single time I would do a traditional smoky eye, my eyes would be really closed off and it just wouldn't do any justice to my face. So I started doing my smoky eyes the way that I have it on right now, and I personally think that it works really well for me to still have that smoky look, but also have my eyes really open and awake looking. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this smoky eye, then just continue watching and you'll see. So I'm gonna prime my eyelids using the MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. Like I always do, this one just works the best for me as I've tried like so many, and this one always works for me. Okay, so now that I have the primer on, I'm going to set this with just some translucent setting powder. This will help blending a lot easier, and just applying the shadow in general to make it a lot less patchy. It will just apply a lot better, trust me. And it takes 2 seconds out of your time. If you already have powder, or you could just use a skin color eyeshadow, doesn't really matter. I just find it easy to start with something translucent. Alright, so now that I'm ready for actual shadow, I'm going to go in with the Tarte in Bloom palette. Honestly, you could go in with any palette. I know I say this all the time, but really all you need is 3 shadows, or maybe 4. 1 light brown, 1 medium brown, and then a dark brown, and then maybe like a highlight shade. So like I said, I'm going to use the Tarte Pro palette, or the Tarte in Bloom palette, just because I like the tone of colors in this. Oh, you could see the mess in the mirror. But yeah, so you guys can use anything. This is just what I'm choosing for today. So I'm going to start by going in with the shade Smarty Pants on this Kylie Cosmetics brush. And I'm just going to put it all in my crease and really keep it on the outer corner. And I am letting it get onto the lid as well. As you can see, I'm kind of just being pretty sloppy with it, especially because this is the first shade. And it's kind of just going to be everywhere. It's not going to be the star of the show or anything, but this is really just going to be a blending shade, or a transition shade, I mean. So I'm just kind of putting that all over and making sure there's a lot of it on the outer corner and in the crease. Alright, so now that I have that first shade laid down, I'm just going to blend this out with the MAC 224. Just use any blending brush that you have. Obviously, it doesn't rely on this exact brush, although it is a good brush, to be honest. Alright, so next shade I'm going to take is the shade right here, Rebel. It's the next shade up, like I said, going from lightest to medium to darkest. So I'm taking that medium shade right now. I'm going to dip this brush in it right here. This brush is also from Kylie Cosmetics, but it kind of reminds me of like, it's honestly just like a shader brush. I don't know how to put it, but it's like a medium brush. So I'm starting by just focusing this shade on the outer corner, and then I'm going to slowly work it in to the lid space. So I wasn't really crazy about that Kylie Cosmetics brush, so I just quickly switched over to a MAC 217. Alright, so now I'm just going to blend these edges out a little bit because they are looking a little rough. Alright, so I've got a lot of that on the lid space, and now I'm going to take the shade Leader, which is the darkest shade that I'm going to, and I'm going to really focus this on the outer corner, but still bring a little bit in. So it's going to be like kind of like a blend from light to dark, but still keeping it really smoky, if you know what I mean. You'll see. Alright, so obviously now I'm going to blend this out a little bit. So the whole point is to keep the darkness, the really darkness on the outer, and then bring the light on the inner, and it'll really start to open up your eyes and just give it a natural, like, smoky, opened look. So now, as you can see, I already did it on this eye, but I'm just going to take this little brush and the darkest shade that I used on the outer corner, and I'm going to put this on the outer half of my lower lash line. Alright, so now I'm going to take this little brush and go in with the medium shade and also the lightest shade. I'm basically just going to mix them together. And I'm going to blend this bottom shade out and bring it a little bit further in. Alright, so now I'm going to take the very lightest shade in the palette, which just happens to be white. So if you have a white in any palette or just a really light shade, I'm going to put this on my inner corner and also on my brow bone. And this is going to really bring brightness to my inner corner, which is then going to open my eyes. So putting a bright color on the inner corner. That's why I really don't like to keep this dark shade on this inner corner, because I really think that it closes the eyes. So this will do the opposite. So now I'm going to actually highlight my inner corner, and I'm taking the shade Funny Girl, which is the highlighting shade basically from this palette. But you could take any highlighting shade, like, you know, like I always say. And I'm just going to put this on my inner corner. Alright, now this next part is up to you. I am going to go in with a nude eyeliner in my waterline, but if you want to keep it dark, I would suggest to go with a brown, maybe something even bronzy that will have some reflex in it so that it'll add light to your eyes. But I really want to add nude because, like I said, I really want my eyes to be open and awake looking while still being really smoky, so I'm going to go in with a nude shade. Usually after I put on eyeliner, especially when it's nude or white, I like to go right back in with that really dark shade on the outer corner and just kind of redefine it. I don't know why, I always do that every single time. And if I don't, it'll just bother me. Does it look different? Probably not. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do a little, if I could open this, a little black line on my upper lash line, and this is the Balm Shwing. I really like that name. Shwing liquid liner, and I'm just gonna do a really thin line so that when I put lashes on, they won't show, you know what I mean? So you could skip this part, or you could do a wing, or you could do whatever you want, but I'm gonna make sure to keep the eyeliner really thin on the inner corner, because once again, I'm gonna try to keep my eyes really open looking, and if you have a thick line right there, it can really close them off. So I'm gonna keep that line really, really small. Alright, so now I'm going to put on false lashes, and I really, really, really think that if you want your eyes to look really open, that it's best to get a flare type, so ones that are pretty short in the inner corner and then flare out right here. I personally find that especially if you have hooded eyes, these lashes will tend to open your eyes and just look a lot better, honestly. So as you can see, these lashes right here, they flare out. Like the longest part is at the outer corner, and that'll really just bring everything up. Obviously these aren't on, but I'm gonna put these on and I will be right back. Alright, so now that I have the lashes on my eyes, that's it, honestly. It is still really, really smoky, but as you can see, my eyes aren't closed off. Basically, the entire thing is keeping the lightest part on the inner and the darkest on the outer. And then with the lashes, keeping the flare style of lashes, I really think that helps to open the eyes. And then adding the pop on the inner corner also opens the eyes, and then of course the nude liner on the waterline will always open your eyes up a little bit more and keep them more awake. Alright, so now that my eyes are complete, I'm going to bronze up my cheeky cheeks with this Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion, and also I'm in the shade 151. I think it's the lightest one that they have. Oh, I forgot to say what I'm using. I'm using the Balm Merry LouManizer as a highlight, and this brush is from Royal and Langnickel, and it's a highlight and glow brush. Okay, so I'm going to use the Balm Beach blush today, and this is a Sephora powder brush. Now I'm going to spritz my face with this Algenist Splash Hydrating Mist. My skin is really dry and really textured right now, so this will help. Start spraying before I finish talking. I'm going to line my lips with this MAC lip liner in the shade Boldly Bare. Ooh, but my face is so wet that it won't even like line. It's disgusting. Alright you guys, so that's it for today's tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something new. Hopefully this will help you out. I know that this technique really saved my life because I straight up thought that I was never going to be able to do a smoky eye again and be able to pull it off. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video and will subscribe. I make new videos every single Thursday and usually Sundays. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and I will see you in my next video. Bye!